haters. Sorry for the delay. It's Hate Race 5. We are always 5, 10, 15 minutes delayed. It's not our fault. It's fucking Russians who bomb Kiev with their rockets, so we have no electricity, and sometimes we have troubles with internet. But we did it. We are online, and we're starting our Friday Hate Show. Please welcome Lesia. She's my co-host today. And
Hey,
hey, how are you doing?
all good, all good. How are you?
I'm great. The only thing with all this electricity, generators, and internet, yeah, it's tough, but still good. And today we'll have a special guest, Kate Han. She's the CEO of Skill Labs, and she will tell you about their project and what they're doing, and she will help us to discuss why we hate Elizabeth Holmes. I think it's pretty obvious because she spent like 9 billions and did nothing, but still we will discuss it, and we will go through our top tweets with a little bit Elizabeth Holmes hate. We will select the best one and reward them with Horcruxes. And Anastasia prepared some world news for us to discuss, some funny world news. So we'll be there in half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, I think. So I propose we start. I see many people in the chat. Thank you for waiting. Sorry for the delay once again. As usual, please write me where you're from, which country, which city. We really want to know. I'm now looking through the chat. I don't see anyone writing where they're from. So please do. I know that Indonesia, Philippines are always with us. Thank you, guys. Let's take a look what other countries we have today on the stream. And yeah, while people are writing, I propose we start. Katya, are you here with us?
No, you couldn't hear me because I was on mute.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, buddy, I'm finally here. Hi. How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here, happy to discuss today's topic. I'm well prepared. I read the book. I read almost all the news. Yes, so like yeah, as a good girl.
Yeah, nice.
Did my homework. Yeah. So
it's always cool having prepared guests who know the topic and know why, like, what is wrong with the person we hate. Especially if a guest read a book, it's just amazing. So thank you for that. And you read a book about Elizabeth Holmes, or she wrote some book?
No, it was a book by a journalist who actually issued the I guess the first and the biggest, the most significant article about Tirana's fraud scheme. And I guess his name is like John Carrero, if I'm not mistaken. And the book is actually called Bad Blood. And he talked to many people, like, you know, from the first and latest investors to some ex-employees to some, like, you know, employees who got fired. I'm not sure that he got any interview with Elizabeth Holmes or her co-founder, but you know, this quite extensive in terms of, you know, gathering evidence and gathering, let's say, a lot of opinions around her. Not spoiler, not all of them think that she's 100% evil, but I'd say close to 98. Close to 98.
Yeah, it's like, it's not the thing. It's people doing bad, like, none of the people who did like really bad thing consider himself evil. He was choosing the best options in the scenarios he had. To his opinions, they are best, of course. But there is no villain who thinks he is a villain. Yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, I can imagine if you took 9 billion US dollars from the investors, and at a certain moment you have to say, yeah, my technology is shit, whenever we never managed to do it good, take your money back, we're closed. Yeah. It's really hard decision. It's the right one to do if you can't succeed with your technology you committed to, but it's really hard to take this step. It's much easier to take 9 billions and try to come up with a solution.
Just to make it fair and square, I'm not sure that they actually got 9 billions. I know that 9 billion was the valuation of the startup.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
They spent something, if I'm not mistaken, close to 1 billion, but it's still a huge amount of money.
Still a lot of
It's
money, yeah.
not 1,000 of dollars spent. Yeah, like, I guess the biggest thing that I hate about this case and everything that is related, she was one of the brightest success. And like, in nowadays world, in startup world, it's mostly dominated by men, white cisgender men. But anyway, and there
I won't take it
are
personal.
not so many women. So like everything is well balanced here. And but she was one of the the brightest in Silicon Valley. Everyone was saying like, yeah, finally we have some visionary leader who is female, and she was called like second to Steve Jobs and so on. She imitated a lot.
Yeah, she was dressing like Steve Jobs all the time.
Yeah, but this fake voice and all this stuff, it actually made me crazy. And I was wondering, like, is it, psychologically normal when you want to build absolutely different identity of yourself, even changing your voice every time you talk to people, every time you talk to investors, every time you go public. And she just scammed everyone. She just made it all. There are a lot of stories of unsuccessful startups. There are a huge amount of 97% of startups, they fail, and that's fine. But they usually fail trying to build what they promised, trying to meet the ends, trying to check if the unit economics works, but not trying to threat people, not pushing people so they suicide, and not trying to just fake it till the very end.
Do you know this motto? Fake it until you make it. Yeah, that's basically what she was doing.
That's I guess it's Silicon Valley motto. And
yeah, totally true.
Yeah, the scary thing that it actually became new normal, because we talked, me and my co-founder, we talked to a lot of investors, and the investors prism is like, we just divide everything that we hear from startups by 2, 3, 10, 1,000, depending on how let's say how chatty they are. And the startups usually are pushed to sell the big picture, like how big we can be in 10, 15, 20 years. Not all of them saying like, we have 0 revenue right now, I'm not sure if we can make it till the very end, and so on. But with Elizabeth Holmes, I guess it just got out of control.
Yeah, that's true. And there's a thing about big money. As soon as funds, like if they invest 100K, they for them, it's not that hard to stop on this investment and to understand that, okay, it's a loss. We've signed it as a loss and we go further. If you invest like 500 million or like 300K, 300 million, 400 million, it's really hard to say, yeah, it's a loss. We are fine that it's a loss. Let's move on. And you just push it and push it and push it because you're hoping that it will result in something. You know the story about, I don't remember which university it was, the professor in corporate finance, he was selling $100 to the students, and his record was selling $100 for 180 or 190, something like this. Oh, just 1 second. I see people saying about music, and it's just 1 sec. Yeah, it should be good now. Yeah, so basically the idea was, I'm not sure on the rules, but I will try to remember. Basically, he was saying that, okay, there is 2 bets, the last one and second one, which was before. The guy who gives me the highest bet buys this 100 from me. The second one has to pay his bet, even he doesn't receive this $100. And at a certain moment, when they was going like further than 100, each of the bettors was thinking, okay, I'd better pay like 140, but at least I win and I take this 100, so I have only 40 loss, not 140. And at the end, they was going like 170, $180, and they were paying double just to cut this loss at least in some point. The same with these big investments. It's really important to understand at some point, okay, it's a loss. We're not gaining anything here. We're cutting. And signing off this money is a loss. But it's easy to do it like when it's 100K or 200K, but it's really hard to do it when it's 100 million. You say, okay, at least I will take something. And you keep pushing and pushing and pushing. For people who doesn't know who is Elizabeth Holmes, I will give a small intro. Basically, Elizabeth Holmes, she was like a female Steve Jobs. He had a company to run us, and her idea, it was considered revolutionary at some point. Her idea was of technology which makes blood testing like super simple. I don't know, like $15 instead of $150 in 1 week, as it used to be before her. And at certain moments, she was saying that, yeah, technology is almost there. We already start testing, and we will finish technology while working. And as far as I understand, at certain moment, it was discovered that basically they do all the tests with the same technology like everyone else, and they're just paying this difference in the price with investors' money. And they never managed to do this like super cheap technology to test for many serious illnesses with blood which taken from a finger, not from a vein. But she was like still saying like, yeah, we have the technology, everything is fine. We're opening these test centers around United States. And the thing is, I was watching some video with one of the senators, U.S. like from U.S. Senate, and he has some serious illness, and he has to be tested like once a week. And the thing is, he was tested with Tyrannus, and Tyrannus was still doing the test with like regular technology, not with their like super technology. And still the test was like super bad. It was like 15% deficiency. And like, what the hell? Okay, you are not using technology you told you would, but still you're using fine technology. Why the results are so bad? And that's the problem with Elizabeth Holmes. She had, like, she was sued. And it was 4 different suits, and she was like in one fraud-related charges. She was found guilty, and she received 11 years, 11 years and 3 months. So it's quite a lot, and it happened just like half a year ago. Or maybe even less. So yeah, finally justice. Finally she received the justice. I was 80% sure she will find a way. She will find some nice attorneys who would help her avoid these charges and avoid 11 years in prison. But yeah, United States have a nice court system.
It's actually something that is mentioned like 11 years and 3 months, but she has like 3 years supervised whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that, like, you know, in a couple of years, silently, she will be out
Yeah, that's
because
true.
she did well and so on. But for me, it's super crazy. And at the same time, it reminds me that she had a lot of political figures on board as
Yeah.
a board members, as PR figures that were somehow connected to Tyrannus. It actually allowed her to mask a lot of mess happenings there, selling them nice picture, big picture. And also, it actually attracted a lot of, you know, big money, old money from very respected investors. And I guess Rupert Murdoch actually invested as well, more
Yeah.
than $100 million too. And in my view, the question would be like, you know, these people should somehow also, you know, take responsibility for what happened. She was not
They would
all
not.
alone. Yeah, but she was not all alone. I know that her co-founder, Sunny, is also
Yeah,
under
12
prosecution.
years he
Yeah,
received.
12 years. But I mean, like, there are super terrific stories, like, you know, as a head of science, I guess, he actually was so under pressure. He had some emotional burnout and so on. And actually, he took his life.
Yeah.
He took his life because he, after 7 or 8 years, he realized that, you know, how far and how deep he is into this scam and fraudulent stuff. And it actually affected people's life because there were super, you know, big number of people who actually trusted the conclusions
Yeah, as far as I
of
understand, like half of the C level, they really believed in a project because, of course, R&D department knew that they have none of the technology, but everyone else, for example, I don't know, CMO of a company, how could she know? She was doing marketing, she was doing her stuff, and she was told that yeah, we have the technology, it will be soon in the market, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, many people believed in what they were doing, and the picture of Elizabeth Holmes was so nice. Like yes, you're totally right. It's a like first lady doing a big startup with a big money in biotech. It's really nice industry, and she was dressing like Steve Jobs, and she was talking like Steve Jobs. Like, oh my God, I'm working in a second Apple, and then the other said, oh no, she's a scammer.
Yeah, but it's also like, you know, some additional stuff like college dropout and so on. But what actually worries me in most cases, in super successful startups, in big startups, the founder or part of the founding team, they have background in what they are building. If you're
Yeah, of
building
course.
marketing agency, you have experience in marketing, not exactly the major from the university, but you worked as marketing officer,
Yeah,
marketing specialist. But she was never even close to, as far as I know, clinical med or
never.
biotech and so on. So she was just like, I have a degree in economics, so tomorrow I'll start my medical startup. And like, I still don't get it how she got trusted. I mean, like, it's not that easy. It's not about, I don't know, design, when a lot of people can have different opinions and all the opinions can matter. Like, okay, you don't like this color, I don't like this font, and that's it. But medicine is something that has the point
Uh,
of truth. I mean,
Not totally true. I'm totally I'm somehow connected to biotech. Basically, I've been doing a couple of projects in Canada and United States connected with THC and CBD. It's cannabinoids from cannabis, and really many developments on this topic with proven clinical trials and so on. The thing is, when you're doing medical startup, like it doesn't matter biotech or medical, the thing is, it's always a huge R&D for 3 to 5 years, and then you can become billionaire, or you lose everything. That's the usual stuff. For example, we had a partner in their company. Girl invented like really nice medicine from flu, and it was 1999, and today it's like number one flu medicine in Canada. And she was originally Chinese, and it's like part of Chinese medicine. And basically, she synthesized it because most of traditional medicine is done from herbs. If you want to do like real medicine to sell it in the drug shops, it should to be synthetic, because you can reproduce it like exactly like this every time. And it was like super successful, and they earned like crazy amount of money because they did FDA approval. And there was like parallel another example. Like she received quite a lot of investment for her next medicine. She was doing it, and it was like super resultive. All clinical trials went really well. It was showing result, and so on and so on. And many million of US dollars were invested, but they never succeeded with FDA approval. And at the end, they had to sign it off as a losses, and it didn't work out. So they started another project with cannabis. And yeah, that's the way it works. And in medicine, it's always like this. It's a huge investment to research and development, and you never know what will happen at the end, because you can spend 10 years doing something, and it can be stopped at any point. You can do like, I don't know, 5 years of R&Ds and another 5 years of clinical trials. And at clinical trials, you can understand that, okay, it's not going further. Then you can fix clinical trials a bit and try to go further, but then you have FDA. It can go well with FDA, it could not. It's already like 10 years. And then we have many, many examples when it goes fine with FDA, another 5 year passes, and then you have mass torts, like this mass court charges that, I don't know, 15,000 people got cancer because of your medicine. So yeah, it's really long road. You can earn billions, or you can lose everything. So it's a very risky investment in medicine and biotech in general. And especially if someone promises, I will have the technology and I don't have it now, I just have a cool vision. Cool vision doesn't guarantee you coming up with the technology for that.
Yes, but anyway, cool vision is still not fraudulent. Like, it's not a fraud.
That's true.
At this point, it's not fraud. Like from the book, again, like my only source of truth is the book by this journalist. Like they spent huge amount of money just to pay this, political figures to be on board, to be like, the face, public faces, and they spent huge amount of money on trying to close some legal cases that appeared from time to time, because as you know, the results were not correct and people actually suffered. And I don't know, I have no medical education. Maybe the idea of, having all the analysis done using just one drop of your blood will be possible in several years, in decades, or like we don't know. But I feel like, it's better to spend money on this rather than just to get more money into this bubble. In this way, it wouldn't be a fraud. I mean, like if you spend huge amount of money and time on clinical research, like on trials and so on, that's typical story of a normal startup, of a regular startup who can fail or which can succeed. But not in this case.
But in the United States, it's more like a common practice, because you would never become a big company without nice lobby. Like if you don't have, I don't know, 10 senators who come to your gala dinners after your presentation, there is no way you will receive another 100 million. That's the way big money in the United States work. you need some big names in your team and supporting your project. Otherwise, you won't receive even more money. You know the story with co-working startup. What was its
WeWork.
name? WeWork, yeah. And it was so crazy. Like the guy was spending, I don't remember like the real numbers, but for understanding, he was spending like $100 on a new client while he was earning $60 with that client. And he was just taking more and more investment money to bring more and more clients. And he was saying, oh, look, I'm growing super fast. We will come up with monetization, no problem. And that was the problem with the guy, because he decided he's like, I don't know, corporate god, and he should go for IPO to become like multi-billionaire. But he forgot, when you're going for IPO, when you're going on an exchange, you have to become public. And that means you have to show all your inside kitchen publicly. And everyone saw in accounting, like, what the hell, they're spending more money on a new client than they ever earned with it. Like, what the hell, it doesn't make any financial sense. It's just burning money. And they went like really low. I don't remember if they went bankrupt.
No, they went public. The valuation was much, much lower than it was, I guess, a year before that. Actually, when I was in States, we, as a company, we used WeWork premises to work.
Yeah, I use them in Seoul and Hong Kong. It's really nice.
It's very nice, very convenient, and one of the best. And what I like it, like, when I go to New York, I can use WeWork. When I go to Paris, I can use the same card, same loyalty system, and so on. It's actually like the biggest difference. It's actually working. If you compare it to Theranos.
Oh,
Theranos,
yeah, that's true.
nothing to work about. But for me, the biggest question here, by the way, if someone doesn't know, there is a TV series on Apple TV. It's called We Crashed. It's about WeWork, yes.
Oh, cool.
And they have Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway there, so it's super cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's crazy. Like, it's not only about spending more money than you earn on attracting new client, and maybe not working on customer retention and loyalty and so on. It's also crazy how unethical were some stuff. Like, for example, you can see I read a lot of scandals and articles about scandals. For example, the owner and the CEO and founder, Adam Newman, he bought some buildings. He rented these buildings to his own company, and he was charging huge tons of money. So it was not market conditions, right? So he, as a person, was earning more money that he would earn if he would rent it out to anyone on the market.
Yeah, but it's a common thing. It's really common practice, because like, I used to be restructuring Wimpelcom. Not the whole Wimpelcom. I was responsible for structuring their business in Ukraine and Kazakhstan. And the thing is, and if you know Wimpelcom, they started as a beeline in Russia. And then they went to the Netherlands. They bought a couple of European telecoms, and now they say we are not connected with Russia and so on. The thing is, one of shareholders of Beeline Kazakhstan, he was owning the building where Wimpelcom was renting an office, and was renting that office to them like for a triple price, and everyone knew about it. Like, we can afford it. It's not that expensive. So nice. Yeah, it's a common practice in business. You wouldn't surprise anyone in Central, Eastern Europe or Middle Asia with such an approach.
I'd say Western investors are not ready for that yet. So they were super. Yes, they were astonished. Like, and there were some other stuff, like, his wife was like something chief spiritual officer of the company.
Oh, that's nice.
She fired people because of the vibrations that she felt. It could be good vibrations, it could be bad vibrations. I think depending on her mood or whatever it is, and everything was according to Feng Shui and some, like, there were a lot of shit, let's be honest, happening. And yes, and during this preparation to become public, everything just, was uncovered. And maybe if it would be like, one by one stuff that is uncovered by a journalist or by someone working at WeWork, it wouldn't be such a blast, but it all just happened at once. And yeah, it got broken. But anyway, he actually attracted quite a lot of money from, I guess it was A16Z, because he's building a new startup. He is going to revolutionize not commercial properties this time, but I guess private apartment stuff market in
like new
US.
Airbnb.
Yeah, not Airbnb, but longer stay, like when you can rent for several years, but everything will be outsourced. So you're just like having great apartment, nice, clean, done, all the stuff. It's not a hotel still, but something like this. Yes. And he's trying to build something new, but let's see how it works this time.
It's really hard to bring the money after such a story.
He actually got quite a lot of money himself. He spent $1 billion on buying the apartments across the United States. And as far as I remember, he hasn't launched anything yet, but he already had a valuation of the startup close to $1 billion. So it's a new unicorn already.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really cool to be in a Wally.
Yes.
I had I was working with my partner, and many projects was coming to my partner saying, like, asking for money basically. And there was a team from Wally, and they came. It's like, we have an idea. We don't have an app yet. We don't have a product yet. We don't have a client yet. We estimate our valuation at 7 million. Like, what the hell? Why 7 million? You have nothing. Yeah, we have a registered company, and we have a team of 4 people, and in Wally it's considered like a minimal valuation, about $6-7. Like, it's so crazy. How could you be evaluated at like 7 million US bucks if you have nothing? Like, yeah, that's the thing.
I guess
can you please tell us a bit about your project at Skill Labs?
Yep, sure. So at Skill Labs, me and my co-founder, we started almost a year ago. And what we are building so far, we're building gamer's profile, which allows you to, as a gamer in any game, Web 2 or Web 3, it doesn't matter, to digitalize, own your milestones and achievements in a decentralized way. For example, if you play Counter-Strike and there are some achievements on Steam, we can actually digitalize them and you will keep it. Even if Steam will get you banned or will block your account, you will still have the achievements with you. It also goes the same way to Web3 games. If you played, for example, cool. One of the latest released game is called Meteoran. It's actually very nice and very engaging if you compare to the most Web3 games, which are super simple. This one is not, and it's really well designed. So if you reach certain milestone, for example, you won 50 races and your win rate was close to 60%, we will give you an achievement in the form of NFT. You can mint it. It's absolutely free. All you need to pay is just gas fee on Polygon, which is super, super low, keeping in mind what is the price of Matic right now.
Yeah.
And why do you need the achievements? So the first one, we know gamers. We actually all together, we've been working with gamers in all different fields for more than 10 years. First of all, gamers like to own stuff, like, Web2 classical. They do not give you any chance to own some skins, some weapons, some tools. Like, everything is inside the game. If you get banned, you just lost all your progress, everything. And that is the way to own the progress. That's the first thing. The second is, we truly believe that, there are 3.5 billion users in the world playing different games. and we really see how the market is changing. Some new jobs are appearing in
With
gaming.
COVID-19, it really blew up.
Yeah. It's crazy, and we see that, in Gamify, you don't have a profile. In just usual world, you have LinkedIn, and you have everything, indicate what you've been doing so far and so on. In gaming, it's not, and we are building this unique place which will gather all the achievements that you had in game in one place.
Yeah, it's super cool because basically no one is playing just one game. It's except for, I don't know, some cyber sport if you're playing like just Counter-Strike. But like casual gamers, they play everything. I don't know, like 5, 10, 15 games. And it's super cool when you have just one profile with all your achievements, and all gamers love achievements and rankings.
Yeah. That's crazy, and they like to. It's additional level of competition, like because they are trying to compare how many achievements one person has, comparing to what the others have, and so on. So we actually added Fortnite and Steam integrated. We're working with Sony PlayStation to be added on the platform. Yes, we added Polygon and Solana and Binance, and we're working on adding more and more games every day. So if you play this specific games, Fortnite and Counter-Strike, if you play Steppen, Walking on some other games, you can check it on our website. You can come and mint. And moreover, if you never played or did anything on Polygon, but you anyway spent more than $10 in any of these games, we are providing you one Matic, so it will cover all the stuff that you're minting. Because we know it's a bit, all the time, it's a bit of a pain to get native token on chain when it's just the first transaction on this chain. So we know it, and we decided to help people to, to create the profile much faster.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. I really hope we will connect Hate Trace to your system, so our gamers also could have a rankings of their achievements with Hate Trace. It's really nice project what you are doing. I've been connected to cybersports, and it's a big thing. At least it start becoming a big thing. Yes, they still have this issue with publishers, because in any other sports, like basketball, you don't have a company who owns a basketball and you can just play with it until they are fine that you're playing with a ball. In games, situation is a bit different. Every publisher wants his championships, his leagues, and so on, and he could allow you or he could not. So it's hard, but the industry is becoming bigger and bigger, and with COVID-19, it went, I don't know, 10 years ahead in 2 years. So it's really nice field for a project, and it's really cool topic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you will succeed, and I hope people will soon see a Hate Trace in your rankings.
Yep. As soon as you're ready, guys, it takes like 1 day maximum to add a new game. So yeah, just let us know.
Oh yeah, super cool. Agreed. Okay, I propose we move on, and I prepared some tweets. Not me. Okay. Anastasia looked through like most liked tweets of our haters community regarding Elizabeth Holmes, and she selected the funniest ones. So we have 10 tweets, and I propose we read them. They're not numbered this time, sorry. We don't have that much of electricity to spend time of numbering them, but I will do it next time. We'll read through, and afterwards, we will choose the one we like more. And I hope Lesia is still with us. Lesia, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Lesia, you're here. Cool. So all three of us will read some tweets, and we will choose, like each of us will choose one. And authors of this tweet, they will receive 1 Horcrux. So they could later mint Hate Trace NFT. Okay, I will start with Evid Mikach, Imagine simping so hard that you marry a woman with countless accusations and the prospect of jail times, SMH. We've been told that SMH is something different, but I like thinking that it means so much hate. Yeah, nice one. Katya, will you help me with the second one from Bajent Migolina?
Oh, 1 second. Yes, from Bajent Migolino. Blood analysis of her company was so bad that she would have gotten better results with having a macaque tick random boxes. Maybe that's how it worked anyway. Hashtags bread of the week. Right.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yes, I guess that's actually also true.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Lisa, will you go with number 3 from Giroza Lucy?
Giroza Lucy, she took fake it till you make it. It's mentally way too far. Yeah, that's what you have spoke about before. Yeah. Like it works, but not this bad. Yeah.
But at a certain time when you understand there is no way you will make it, you have to stop faking it and saying like, sorry, I did not succeed.
Yeah. You need to stop fake it like just when you understand it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Zaremsky Arlet 3. Holmes story is great. There is fraud, bribery, government corruption, journalists threatened, oligopoly in medicine. Everything wrong with America in one story. It always used to be. Nothing new here. It's true, but I wouldn't call her story like so dramatic. For example, if you take Volkswagen story, it's so much better. It's simpler and more money involved, but it was much greater. In her case, it wasn't like super evil plan from very beginning. She just fucked up. She just couldn't stop at the right time. While with Volkswagens, like from very beginning, they decided, okay, we will like girls. Do you know the story about Volkswagen and Dieselgate? No.
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 Oh, the thing is, everyone in Europe is driving diesel. Like 60% of European cars are diesel. And in the United States, their legislation in sense of diesel emission, not just diesel, like general emission from a car, it's really strict. And there is no way you can sell a European diesel car in the United States because it wouldn't ever pass these restrictions. And what Volkswagen came up with, they said, okay, we have a new diesel engine which is totally fine with US legislation. And of course it was tested. It was tested by the authorities, by some private companies and so on. And everything was fine. Like it was like magical Volkswagen diesel. And they sold like 12 million cars. 12 million cars. It's really a lot of cars. And the thing was that they understood that no one would try testing a car emission while driving a car. So usually they put a car on a stand and then they'll test it. So they injected a small software in a car which was understanding when the car is on stand and was faking the results. Like it was working in a different way to give like low emissions. But when the car was driving a regular road, this software was saying, we don't give a fuck about emissions. Just go. And the car was driving amazingly. It was speedy, nice, and so on. But yeah, emissions also was going up like 20 times. But no one cared until some students, after like 7 years of this ongoing stuff, some students, they was doing some research that on a stand it's not like representative testing. They bought some Touareg, like a big Jeep, and they put all this equipment in that Jeep and connected the pipe to this equipment, and they decided to drive like 1,000 kilometers and then test the average, and they was amazed that results went like 20 times up. And at the end, it was discovered that it wasn't like a small fault or someone couldn't stop at the right moment. No, from very beginning, they decided like, okay, is it so difficult to scam this testing system? No, let's try. And the thing is, they took all of the market because it was the only company who was doing this amazing diesel engines with low emissions. And that's why they were called like magical diesels or impossible diesels, because like secret Volkswagen, like VAG group technology.
So bad. It's so bad.
But like it's nice. Like they've been villains from the very start and doing everything right. In a way of being a villain. But yeah, with Elizabeth Holmes, the story is also good, but not so dramatic as it was with Volkswagen, for example. Okay, Katya, will you help us with a tweet from Graf Williams 1?
Yep. Holmes. Holmes. I'm gonna lie to everybody and be a billionaire. What can they do? Gets 11 years in jail.
Yeah.
I just to make my position a bit clear here. I truly believe that, like in the very beginning, she was not, it was not her plan.
That's what I was saying.
I think that she was 19 or 20 years old. Usually, you don't have such a plan when you're 19. You're so naive and open-minded. So, and everyone thinks that they can change the world. So that's the beginning of the trap. And it depends, where you go, and are you looking for an easy ways and shortcuts, or you're ready to spend, as you said, like decades on researches and FDA approval.
Yeah.
Yep. But to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think that she, as we said, she will spend 11 years there.
Yeah.
And for me, 11 years is not. In my view, I cannot say it's not enough. I know that it's terrible, but for me, 11 years for what's been done and how it affected people, it's just not a startup, I don't know, in design or marketing or Web3 achievement. It affected people's health, and I think that the sentence should be much stricter on in her case and in case of her co-founder.
I don't think it should be like. The thing is, I don't believe that 15 years in prison will change you more than 10 years in prison, or like 20 years in prison. It's really the thing of the first after this case, she wouldn't receive a penny from anyone, and she wouldn't hurt anyone else in the future. And it's not like you're robbing a bank when after you finish your sentence, you still have some cash hidden somewhere. No, I'm pretty sure all of the money, all of the assets been taken from her. So she has zero. And it's not a question.
No, I not agree. I'm not agree with this. You know the story about swindler from Tinder or Tinder swindler.
Oh yeah, but it's a different story.
Guy.
It's a different story.
This guy took the money from the lady, like I don't know, some $200,000 just after this movie was released. He told this lady that all women was liars.
Yeah.
And she gave him this money. And I think in business, some kind of this can happen again. Like not billions of dollars, not this like huge amount of money, but it can. It's many dreamers who have some money and want to invest.
Yeah, but she's proven that she can't succeed. She can't she can't get a result, and that's the key thing. And she could steal your money. It's another thing. And maybe some idiots will give some money, but no institutional money would ever come to her, because like in corporate world, it's not like in romantical world when really nice handsome guy you really like and like 15 years younger than you telling, yeah, all of them have been lying and I like only you and blah 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 blah, and you say, oh, okay, okay, take my money, just love me, and so on. It works. But in corporate world, where many really groomy men, like let's say, they looking into numbers, into story, and so on, like, yeah, she fucked up once and she's been in prison for that and she couldn't stop at the right time, and so on and so on and so on. Why should we give her money while we have another 50 applications with really nice projects, with people who didn't fuck up, who has experience, expertise in what they're doing, and so on and so on. So I think even if she will finish her sentence in like 4 years or 5 years, she won't ever become a big businessman, at least not in this industry. And again, and that's her lesson in the corporate world. And I think it's enough. Like, she didn't kill anyone. Yeah, she hurt it maybe someone's health, but usually when people with such illnesses, like I keep remembering that interview with that senator, he received some strange results, and what he did, he went to proven laboratory and he took it again in like the next day, and said, Tyrannus doesn't work, and that's it. So she didn't kill anyone, and she's not like, she's not aggressive or something else. So she's not a threat to other people. Why should taxpayers pay for her being imprisoned, fed, and so on? She should take her lesson. Like, I think even 1 year in prison, it's a really nice lesson to study. I hope none of us will ever know it, but I can imagine it's not the best experience, and you will think 5 times afterwards before doing something like this again. So
yeah.
I hope it will work. Lisa, will you go with number 6 from Pamela Evan?
Yeah, sure. After 8 years of health research, her senior biochemist committed suicide. Talk about toxic work environment.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know why, but I keep remember, like, do you remember Lehman Brothers in 2008? And so many people was committing suicide because all of their money have been in options or stocks. And there was a guy from India who, like, self-made man who came from India with zero money. He did a huge career. He worked so hard, and he had a wife and a kid. And all his money was in Lehman Brothers stocks. And when everything went bankrupt, he just shot at his wife and his kid and himself, because he didn't want his wife and his kid to do the same way he did in his life, earning everything from scratch. And I was like, what the hell? Like, so strange. Like, I wouldn't ever understand people committing suicide. I understand that you have to be in their place, in their pants to understand. But for me, it's really hard to relate with such people. Yeah. Okay, my turn. With I can't pronounce it. Maybe she was a vampire and just wanted some blood. Yeah, but then it would be a nice idea to say that their technology, you give 1 liter of blood for the whole next year, and they will be sending you the results all the time. Not like all their marketing was that they need just one drop of your blood. Not the best strategy if you are a vampire, but still a nice idea. Okay, Katya, will you help me with Kilamos Ronaldo?
So Calamus Ronaldo thinks that she looks like a rabbit squirrel, and he or she, I don't know, wouldn't give her a penny. I'd say this advice would work several years ago, like 10 years ago. That would be good one to give some investors.
Oh yeah. Okay, Lesia.
Yeah, Honor 27, Jamie. I'm feeling anxious when I forget to say hello to somebody, and she got bazillions to pure lies. Some people just build different, I guess. Yes, all the people building different. Yeah, it is true. It is true.
Yeah, like every person has like I call it ethical compass, like in your personality, and for some people their compass could be showing like it's non-ethical at all, you should stop like right now, and for some people it would be somewhere in starting yellow zone and far away from not ethical in their understanding, and every person has his own like ethical compass, and usually it's like their parents who explains them what is good, what is not. And yeah, that's true. What is totally okay for one person, like it could be like totally unacceptable for another. I saw it so many times.
Psychologists told that there's balance of ethic balance built in first 7 years from you're born to when you go to school. This first 7 years, it's your completely norm. You're like your white balance, like something what absolutely normal for you, and all your next life, what you do and what like all decisions that you make and everything you build on this first 7 years of your life experience.
Oh, it's nice to know.
Maybe her first 7 years of life was kind of different than like majority of people.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sorry for laughing at what you were saying. I just read the last tweet and it's hilarious. Katya, will you go with this one?
I knew it. So ex Masia says Holmes made a company named Theranos. Sounds like your anus, to be honest. I cannot even imagine what I can add, to
It's super straightforward.
Perfect tweet post.
Oh yeah. Which one is your favorite? Which one do you like more?
Keeping in mind that we are hating here.
No, just choose which one seems like the funniest and the smartest to you. For example, I'm pretty sure I will go with the last one.
Yes, I also think
it's not the smartest one, but I like Calembour's like play of words a lot, and I like the last one. Like Naked Gun is my favorite movie, so.
All of them are relevant, but yeah, this one is just super funny.
Yeah, which one?
The last one.
The last one. Okay, Lesia, which one would you choose?
I choose the second one, about macaque analytics, right? Like that just take random boxes. I think it's funny and statistically it works.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I will go with a tweet from Pamela Evan. Like after 8 years of failed research, a senior biochemist committed suicide. Toxic work environment. Yeah. It really is. Okay, so Pamela Evan, ex Masia and Bagent Migolina. Please contact Ada on our Telegram chat, and you'll be rewarded with a Horcrux from Hate Race, which is
congrats.
afterwards can exchange from NFT. And the last but not least part of our show, it's funny world news. Just give me a second. I found, like, you have to see it. You have to see it. Because the whole news about how it looks. Just 1 second. As usual, I will do it online. Pam pam pam. Whoa. Whoa. I did something really wrong. Yeah, here it is. I don't know why, but one second. Oh yeah, I did it. Okay. So, the news about that New Jersey grandmother goes viral after ranking her 10 grandkids. Just be careful. The thing is, here. Food that looks like family. Michigan mom makes hilarious meatloaf resembling her son. And that's basically how it looked after she baked it. And here is a photo of her son. Yeah, like almost one face. What?
It's creepy.
What did she expect? Like, there is no way you can bake like meatloaf looking like a real person, and it's not baked yet. I could imagine how it would look like after.
No,
she baked
go
it.
down, go down, go down, scroll down, scroll down. I see.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh my
Oh my god.
What we know for sure, it could go worse. Because I
Yes.
guess that it could. Yes.
And actually, like it's great, great thing about all in your life. When something bad happens, you should remember this meatball, and you understand that it could go worse. So concentrate yourself and do something.
It's
Okay,
not
it
yet
doesn't
the
look
bottom.
like her son,
Yeah.
but it doesn't even look tasty. Like it looks disgusting.
Oh my god. So the question is like, what was the reasoning? Like,
I don't know.
maybe
Like it's.
she doesn't want to, see him anymore.
Some people, instead of doing like some, like food, it's not only about the taste, it's about how you present it. Of course, it's totally true. All French people proved it. Like presentation of a food, it's important, but I don't understand. It's many people in Central and Eastern Europe try to do it. They try to impersonate someone in a food, and at this point it starts looking creepy. And but okay, it's Michigan. It's nothing to do with Central Eastern Europe. But yeah, in our world, many people, they try to do some salads looking like some animals and so on, because I don't know why. Like I'm giving up. I tried to find some reasoning to do it, but I could not. it's some creepy stuff. Like,
no, it should be in your head already. I mean, if you want to get there from from beyond, it doesn't work.
yeah.
If you don't get it, you will not get it, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm fine with it.
I think it's like some people order the cake with the photos of I don't know, some birthday boy on the top, and like when this birthday, they just cut the kid face, by knife, and this is so bad. This is horrible, and maybe this is like up level of this things with the cakes. Like she made the meatball because he loves the meatballs, and he want to please him with these meatballs with his beautiful face.
Is there anything about his reaction?
I hope at least it was tasty. It didn't look like one, but might be. I don't know. Yeah, Nastya is always the best with choosing nice, funny news for us. I have no idea how she's finding this, but thank you, Nastya. This one was good. Couple news before it was a news about Chinese guy who he wanted to get something from a tree, so he constructed like 15 balloons with helium, which would take him up. And then he went 600 kilometers on these balloons because he couldn't come up with an idea how to go down after he went up. And he crossed like third part of China on these balloons. Yeah, that's the way Nastya is finding the news for us. But at least something funny at the end. So it's nice. Okay, Katya, really thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
The time passes super fast. We're already more than an hour online. It really was great talking to you, and I hope that people will see soon our project in your rankings. So we will do everything to connect it as soon as possible. And thank you for being with us on this show. I hope haters liked you. Guys, write in the chat if you like Katya and want her to come again to our show. Because me and Lesia, we're always happy. So if you have a free Friday, join us on the show.
Always happy to join. Thank you, guys.
Yes, even if this Friday is Monday.
Yeah, but something good. Like the common thing from a very start of our project, all of the haters, it doesn't matter who we hate this week, but still everyone hates Mondays because it's Mondays. So because Russians hit another rocket in Kiev and we didn't have electricity last Friday and we had to postpone the show. So at least you have something good in your life on Monday. And you could have some fun, like 1 hour, 8 minutes of fun on your Monday evening. So guys, thank you for being with us. Thank you, Katya. Thank you, Lesia. And see you next week.
Yep.
Go and hate. Wait for new targets this week.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.